Hi, everyone. So I am Michael Messina, and I did this project with Crystal, Amelia, Pierce, and Lyndsey. And I am so excited to give this introduction. We are Group B, but hopefully we get an A. We did our project on mental health memes, a discourse analysis of mental health in UMW college students through the meme pages. So let's get into the introduction. All right, here we go with this slide. So here's our introduction. The focus of this research deals with mental health through the use of memes. So we are looking at how we can gauge what is happening in mental health when students post memes to social media pages that college students gather in as part of a community. We have seen that there is a lot of digital interest when it comes to this. Like, college students are going to form these digital communities with one another on social media. We're looking at how the memes are used. So in what ways do we look at these memes? How are they being used? What ways are students going to be, what are they directing them at? That's something really interesting that we've really enjoyed getting into. Why students like to use memes to portray their mental health. So yeah, like, we're gonna talk about like what are the reasons behind it. Like in some of the examples that you'll see in this presentation, we'll get into like what goes into that meme. Why does it make sense? Why are students able to connect with one another in the community they have formed on social media? What we see through meme usage on Instagram and Facebook. So our focus for memes, we decided to look at Instagram and Facebook specifically because there is a UMW meme Facebook community that really got things going with this. And then even more recently, there is a very popular meme Instagram account that a lot of students share to their stories and engage with. We're going to talk about why we decided to research this, what went into it, and you will see our in-depth literature review. We found a lot of really great sources, and we feel really good about how they describe all of this.
Hello, so I'm Pierce, and for our literature review, our group has decided to include numerous scholarly and credible studies as sources to help amplify our research. The two studies Amelia introduced to us were titled Contagious Memes in an Anxiety-Invoking Era, and Humor Styles Influence the perception of depression-related internet memes and in depression states. And both of those found that memes are a form of visual rhetoric, and memes can be used as a coping mechanism for mental illness, while additionally building a sense of community from this. The study that Mike included, titled Social Media in Higher Education, Understanding How Colleges and Universities Use Facebook, demonstrated how college students view social media as a more viable method of communication and between the institution and student body. And this provides us with knowledge on how other college students outside of UMW commonly use social media to express their opinions and feelings. The study that Crystal brought to the table was an analysis by Clark from a short film titled The Change Digital Production Class at Humboldt State University. And then their findings showed us that on an increase of mental health related issues concerning college students could be attributed to the recent digital influence introduced into society. Additionally, their results revealed an increase of discussion towards mental health and mental health concerns on social media, specifically Instagram. And then lastly, the study that I introduced to the literature review was titled What Do You Meme? An analysis of how college students at Central Washington University use memes. And that study found that college students use memes as an important component of private conversations and to reiterate their public identities. And while also using memes as a form of self-expression. And all of these works of academic literature help contribute to our study by providing us a foundation for existing knowledge in this field to enhance and grow our research further. Our research will contribute to this study by discovering if there's a crucial difference or common themes between the types of mental health related memes from the students at UMW or on different social media platforms, specifically Instagram and Facebook.
Hi, I'm Amelia Lowry, and our research question and hypothesis. And our research question states, does the portrayal of mental health differ between the University of Mary Washington's Facebook and Instagram meme page? Our hypothesis is, are any of these common themes between the meme page posted on the UMW Facebook and Instagram meme page?
Hi everyone, I'm Lyndsey. And for the method that we chose to do for this project was, since we wanted to be looking at how mental health is perceived through memes, especially in UMW students, we decided to look at the meme pages that are common around that people reference all the time on campus. And those two meme pages are the M in UMW stands for memes Facebook group and the @MaryWashMemes Instagram page. Now, after doing some initial research, we sort of noticed that the types of memes that were posted on there, obviously they're not all related to mental health. And we had to do some digging to find ones that were specifically related to mental health. And there was a lot more posted on the Instagram page related to this topic than there were on the Facebook page. But that also led us to discovering that there's a difference in the way that mental health is portrayed in the memes found on the Instagram page versus the Facebook group. So that led us to deciding to compare and contrast the two. And we didn't want to overdo it because memes take up sort of a lot of space in our paper. And in order to reduce the length of our study, we chose to do 5 from each social media site. We were inspired by a previous study that examined education memes. And basically, we discovered that we wanted to see how each of these compare into relation to talking about UMW as a whole, the types of mental health depicted, such as anxiety, depression, and stress. These are some of the most common ones that show up. And we did this by looking at a total of 10 memes for the entire data set. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're trying to unpack the different layers of everything that's being conveyed with a meme, especially if it's talking about different things and trying to decipher what the photo itself meant before the actual text was applied to it to make it the meme. We wanted to sort of be able to unpack all of that and relate it back not only how a student would view it, but also how it relates to the time frame in which it was posted. So we did this by collecting 5 memes from the Facebook group and 5 memes from the @MaryWashMemes page. And then we examined each of them individually, looking for implications of each meme, how comparison between the Facebook and Instagram origins, how the memes were interpreted. And this is falling more into the interpretive paradigm for ourselves because we're trying to understand it from a research perspective, and then also providing a frame of reference for when and why the meme was created. So here are all the memes that we actually looked at. These are the memes that came from the Instagram page. These are, they range in date. And if anybody's interested, we can provide a link to our actual page, but you can find all of these on the Facebook or Instagram pages. Basically, what we were doing here was examining each of them. And some of these do cross over. And we made sure to, if we found one meme that appeared on both pages, we tried to find where it was posted first. So mainly if we determined that's how we determined which ones were Facebook or versus Instagram. And we found a lot of like overlapping things, like a lot of people talking about different things. But one of the things that we found most interesting was that Instagram seems to be more reliant on talking about mental health more openly and gaining sympathy from other students, versus the Facebook group sort of criticizes how UMW handles mental health on campus. And UMW actually appears up a lot bigger in focus than it does on the Instagram page. So we look at that, and we also look at like the images themselves and just how it can be related. And going forward from here, we'll move more into the findings.
Hi everyone, I'm Crystal Rose, and I'm going to be discussing our findings in the discussion. For our findings concerning social media in higher education, it was found that use of memes by college students were far more prevalent in their private social circle than in the university as a whole. College students used memes as a way to express, relate, critique, and cope, which created strong meme cultures. Student-ran meme pages were also increasing because it provides students with a space to discuss numerous topics, but most importantly, mental health. 3 common themes observed in the literature review as well as the discourse analysis in higher education was the use of depression memes, visual rhetoric, and ambient rhetoric. It was found that depression memes were used as a way to find humor, relatability, and healing in relation to mental health issues and the events that caused them. It was also found that visual rhetoric and ambient rhetoric were used to strengthen the language of the memes, enhancing both the overall message and the meme culture. Our discourse analysis identified that most memes on the UMW Instagram meme page were relating mainly to mental health issues, unlike the UMW Facebook meme page, which had memes far more direct and critical concerning the language used to address mental health issues plaguing them from events near or at the University of Mary Washington. The memes directly used to address the University of Mary Washington on the UMW Instagram meme page were also much smaller in comparison to the memes used that directly addressed the university on the UMW Facebook meme page. This indicated that while both meme pages used depression memes, ambient rhetoric, and visual rhetoric, memes posted on the UMW Facebook meme page were much more critical of the events that occurred near or at the university that caused mental health issues than the memes posted on the UMW Instagram meme page. Now that we've discussed our findings, let's talk and discuss. Our study consisted of identifying how students of higher education deal with mental health issues in relation to social media. From the literature review and the critical discourse analysis, our study examined memes and their use, how college students use memes to portray mental health, and data collected from the UMW Facebook meme page as well as the UMW Instagram meme page to identify commonalities and differences. We found that while use of memes was much more prevalent in private social groups, there had been a rise of student-ran meme pages. These meme pages allowed students to develop a meme culture due to many contributing factors. The most common themes were depression memes, visual rhetoric, and ambient rhetoric. These themes were observed on both the UMW Facebook meme page and the UMW Instagram meme page. From the discourse analysis, it was found that while both UMW meme pages discussed mental health, the UMW Facebook meme page did so in a much more direct and critical manner to address the University of Mary Washington than compared to the UMW Instagram meme page. While our study was limited to the UMW student body, we do suggest the same research is done at other universities.
For our conclusion, our study focused on the research question, does the portrayal of mental health differ between the University of Mary Washington's Facebook and Instagram meme page? Hypothesis, are there any common themes between the meme page posted on the UMW Facebook and Instagram meme page. Our group overall analyzed that depression memes and the use of visual and ambient rhetoric observed both in the UMW meme pages. By using memes, we can look at that they are used to cope with humorous behavior and overall at the student body at University of Mary Washington. Memes are very important and critical research. We would like that more research is contributed to the universities in the area near UMW, as well as other universities in other states. Knowing this research can help with understanding social media as a whole, as well as understanding the correlation to mental health.